them here in a moment. They are. This boys mile race has a lot of intrigue in it, thanks to Nathan Green, who is coming in with a lifetime best, oh so close to that sub 4-minute mark, 4:00:97. The senior who's heading to the University of Washington. Could this be the day we see another sub 4-minute mile by a high schooler?
Nathan Green closing out what can best be described as a dominant high school career. Excited to see him certainly among this very talented field.
That sub 4 in his mind, but also, too, maybe setting a new meet record. Let's go back and look at Sam Worley's run in 2017.
Boys, Brooks PR mile, and they are off. And here comes Sam Worley. Worley chasing down Tier. Cooper Tier, Sam Worley. Worley trying to push the pace. They're going to be just over, but Sam Worley's going to take it at about 4:02 unofficially.
Some familiar names in that group back in 2017. 4:02:04 is that mark by Sam Worley, and here is the field for the last race of the day, the boys 1 mile run.
I mentioned
Nathan
that
Green
dominant
hip number 9.
Sorry, Paul, didn't mean to step on you there. I got so excited. I'm so eager now. It's all the buildup, all of the anticipation. I've got all my well-prepped notes here ready to go because Nathan Green, a 6-time state track champion in Idaho, wrapped up his career there at his high school state meet, is wrapping it up here, but setting state meet records in both the 1600 and 3200. Then anchored his high school, Borah High School, to a state championship in the 4x400 as well.
12 high schoolers under 4 minutes. Can we add one to the list today? Hip number 9 is the man to keep your eye on. Nathan Green trying to find room to run out in lane number 2. And now surges to the front. Anybody want to go with me today, he says.
And there are a few who could go with him. There are a number of athletes who have run in those low 4s. There's, you look at Gary Martin, who is the lone junior in this field. 4:03:53, a top 5 performance so far this season from Archbishop Wood High School in Pennsylvania. He would be one who I would look to potentially try to get in the mix things up alongside Nathan Green.
And it is indeed Martin with the eyeglasses there in front, who is taken to the lead here as we watch them come through for the first 440 yards, just a few strides past where they started. So maybe 61 seconds for the opening lap. So pace is about there. They're going to have to pick it up a little bit here through the second part of the race. The one thing you don't want to do in an effort to try to go sub 4 is to try to go out super fast in that first lap. You can kind of wind it up as you go.
And Nathan Green has tons of strength. He has 3 state cross-country titles to his credit. He also overcame a rare heart condition during his junior cross-country season to battle back, get back onto the track in impressive fashion with that 4-minute mile that he has posted. You talked about he is committed to the University of Washington. One quick note on that, he didn't even visit the campus in person before committing. He did all Zoom calls, established a great rapport with Coach Andy Powell through those numerous calls, also met with the different athletes that they have on campus, and the administrators said he was sold.
Well, we're halfway through this boys 1 mile. Pace about 2:02 at the halfway mark. That is Martin out in front, and the chase pack led by Nathan Green. Let's see what he does on the second half of this race.
When Nathan Green ran that 4:97 mile, he closed in 55 high, those last 400 meters. Something to be aware of is that closing 400-meter threat that Nathan Green is.
So the gap's still about 10 meters on Martin and then back to Green. Everyone running single file now, so the pace would appear to have quickened here in the last moment as they come down the main straightaway for the penultimate time Keep an eye on the clock. About a stride or so before he gets to the finish line. Will be 3/4 of a way through. Already over 3 minutes. Call it like 3:03 at the bell. And look at the gear that Nathan Green just found. And he's zooming his way towards the front to challenge Martin here on the last lap.
Gonna look to reel him in down the backstretch. He's got work to do because Gary Martin certainly pressured this field, and Green goes on the inside.
Green says, get out of my way. 3:30 now with a half lap to go. A very patient race for Nathan Green as he let Gary Martin go out in front. Martin looks like he's running out of gas, and Green has plenty in the tank. The fans are on their feet. Keep an eye on the clock. Nathan Green chasing down history here. And he's not going to get there. He just misses the sub-4-minute performance, but what a final lap by Nathan Green. He leaves it all on the ground here, but takes the victory in this mile with a dominating last lap performance. 4:01.76, now officially the winning time.
Which does improve that meet record we saw the recap of. So although he doesn't break that 4-minute barrier, he does solidify a new meet record, improving that by nearly a half second with that incredible, impressive closing kick that he had. You think if that chase pack had gone a little bit sooner with Gary Martin, not let him get so much distance on them, they would have been a little bit closer. But certainly Nathan Green, so thrilled with that effort that he had, that race that he had in this field. And then you see the rest of those times just behind him to round out the podium finish.
Top 5 all under 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And Nathan Green, another great performance for him. 4:01.76, that last lap. Yeah, you just looking back on that race, if maybe he could have closed the gap on Martin through that second and third lap, would have been a lot closer. If he closes in the same time that he runs, but he's 7-8 meters further ahead, closer to Martin, that is a sub-4-minute mile.
Absolutely. Just, that narrow sliver, that just decision that he had to make at that point in the race, you wonder if it was relying on no matter what, I'm going to wait to kick at this point, or I am going to wait and see how it plays out. If I feel good earlier, I'll go a little bit sooner. But with having all of those races that he has, we mentioned the seasons that these athletes have run. They're coming off high school sectionals, regionals, their state championships. They mix in these national elite performances as well. These boys and girls have many, many miles logged under their legs. So in some instances, you don't want to risk going too soon and not have the gas that you need to get the victory. But what great